My name is Alice Jordan. I'm 31. 9 weeks ago, I gave my dad my left kidney and saved his life. On November 23rd, at his big recovery dinner, my mother stood up, lifted her glass, and said, "To Natalie, my incredible daughter, the one who saved your father's life with her fundraiser." 22 relatives cheered. Not one person looked at me. I sat there with a 6-inch scar still burning, 9 weeks of unpaid medical bills, an empty bank account, and a body that would never be the same. My own mother erased my donation like it never happened. Then my father grabbed my wrist under the table, eyes full of shame, and slid a folded napkin toward me. What I read on that napkin changed everything, and when my mother and sister found out the truth weeks later, our family didn't just break, it exploded. But let me take you back to the beginning, to 31 years of being invisible. I work at Bright Futures Education Fund, a small nonprofit in Charlotte that helps first-generation college students. I make $36,500 a year and live in a studio 20 minutes from my parents. My mother invites me over maybe 5 times a year. My sister Natalie is 36. She's VP of Operations at Jordan Medical Supply Company, the business our dad started in 1998. She makes $185,000, has a husband, 2 kids, a suburban house, and our mother's full attention. When Natalie joined the company in 2015, Mom said, "Finally, someone who understands legacy." I had just finished my master's in healthcare administration. Nobody asked if I wanted to interview. I quit going to family events in 2023. Christmas dinners where I got the kids' table at 30. Birthdays where Mom forgot my card. Company milestones where I wasn't invited because it's just for employees and board members. But on July 20th, 2025, someone still had my number. Dad collapsed at the company's 27th anniversary gala. 200 people, black tie, speeches about family values. I wasn't invited. I found out from Natalie's LinkedIn post the next morning. At 9:47 p.m., my cousin Julie texted, "Your dad collapsed. They're taking him to Presbyterian. Thought you should know." I drove 25 minutes to the hospital. Mom and Natalie were in the ER whispering. When Mom saw me, she looked annoyed. "How is he?" I asked. "His kidneys," Mom said flatly. "We're waiting for the nephrologist." Natalie didn't look up from her phone. I sat 3 chairs away. Nobody spoke to me. 45 minutes later, a doctor told Mom, "Stage 4 kidney failure. He needs a transplant in 6 to 8 weeks, or he's on dialysis for life. We need to test family. Living donor is ideal." Mom glanced at Natalie. "We'll do whatever it takes." I wasn't in that we. At 11:58 p.m., they let us see him briefly. Mom and Natalie went in first. When they came out, Mom said, "You can go in if you want, but don't tire him out." I walked in. Dad was hooked to monitors, skin gray. He teared up. "I thought you'd come." "Of course I came. Your mother said you were busy, that you don't stay involved with family anymore." So that's what she'd been telling him. "I'm here," I said, taking his hand. "I'm not going anywhere. They said I need a new kidney. I don't want to ask you kids. I'll get tested tomorrow." "You don't have to." "I want to." In the hall, I heard Mom whisper to Natalie, "She'll probably test and back out. You know how she is with commitment." The next morning, I called the transplant coordinator. "I'm Alice Jordan. My father, Kenneth Jordan, was admitted last night. I want to get tested as a living donor." I didn't tell Mom or Natalie. A week later, July 28th, the call came. "You're a compatible match. O positive, 98% tissue compatibility. You're an ideal donor." I sat in my car and cried. I called Dad. "I'm a match. I want to donate." His voice broke. "Alice, you don't have to." "I know. I want to." Silence. "Your mother's going to have opinions." "Let her." 2 days later, Mom called a family meeting. Dad, Mom, Natalie, me. Mom started, "We need to discuss Kenneth's transplant options." I said, "I'm a compatible donor. I'm willing." Silence. Mom stared. "You tested without telling us?" "I wanted to be sure first." Natalie lied. "I was going to test this week." Mom turned to Dad. "Kenneth, do you want Alice to do this?" "If she's willing," he said quietly. If she's a match, I don't want to wait 2 years for a cadaver donor. Mom's jaw tightened. We could find another living donor, someone who isn't your daughter. Why? I asked. I'm a perfect match. What's the problem? She looked me in the eye. The problem is, you've never finished anything difficult in your life. That night, Dad called. Alice, if you're sure, let's do it. I trust you. 3 days later, August 5th, Natalie called. Since you're donating, I want to help. I'm organizing a fundraiser for kidney disease awareness. We can raise money and offset Dad's costs. I was uneasy. That's nice. Charity gala, company sponsors, local news. Turn this into something positive. Will it mention I'm donating? Of course, it's about family coming together. Her tone already made it about her. A week later, I Googled Natalie Jordan fundraiser, the Natalie Jordan Pierce Kidney Health Initiative. My name wasn't in the description. August 18th, I had my pre-op psych eval with Amy Brennan, the hospital social worker. Any pressure from family to donate? No, this is my choice. Do you feel seen by your family for this decision? I paused too long. Amy noted, donor psychologically sound, but family dynamics concerning. Mother minimizing, flag for post-op monitoring. That afternoon, Mom went to Amy's office. I didn't learn that until later. September 14th, the night before surgery, I couldn't sleep. I scrolled Natalie's Instagram. Photos of planning meetings. Doing everything I can for Dad. At 11 p.m., Dad called. You can still back out. I'm not. When you wake up tomorrow, you'll be in real pain, and I'll be okay because of you. I'll never forget that. Promise me something, I said. Anything. Don't let them erase this. Don't let Mom turn this into something it's not. Long pause. I won't, I promise. September 15th, 5:30 a.m. I got to the hospital. Mom and Natalie were already there. I heard Natalie on the phone. Yes, surgery's today. I'll post updates. Keeping it private for now, but I'll have a statement after the fundraiser. At 6:15 a.m., IV in my arm, Dad was wheeled past. We made eye contact. He mouthed, "Thank you." Dr. Priya Sharma explained the procedure. Mom and Natalie stopped by for 30 seconds. Good luck. You're so brave. Then they left. I counted to 7 and was out. I woke at 2:17 p.m. in searing pain, alone. For 6 hours, nurses checked vitals. At 4 p.m., a nurse said, "Your father did well. Your family's with him in ICU. Can someone come here? They're focused on your dad. I'll let them know." No one came. At 8 p.m., Nurse Beth came in. "Honey, do you have someone to call? You shouldn't be alone after major surgery." "My family's here. They're with Dad." Beth frowned. "They've been in his ICU room since 3 p.m. They know you're awake, right?" "I think so. Want me to get them?" "No, it's okay. He needs them more." Beth said, "That's not how this works, sweetie." At 9:30 p.m., Mom finally appeared. "They're moving you to a room. Kenneth's stable. Kidney started immediately." "How is he?" "Better than expected. Get some rest. We'll check on you tomorrow." She left. No thank you. At 2:50 a.m. on September 16th, my door opened. Dad, in a wheelchair, pushed by a night nurse. "I told them I needed to see you," he whispered. 5 minutes. He took my hand, crying. "I see you, Alice. I've always seen you, and I'm going to make this right. Dad, it's okay." "It's not. The way I let her. I'm going to fix it." "You don't have to." "Yes, I do. I should have done it 34 years ago." As they wheeled him back, he said, "Tomorrow morning, a social worker and a lawyer are coming. I'm taking care of something." I didn't know that at 11:30 a.m. that day, Dad signed a durable power of attorney, making me his medical proxy instead of Mom, witnessed by Dr. Sharma and Amy Brennan, notarized. 2 days later, September 18th, he changed his $2.3 million life insurance beneficiary from Mom to me. On September 20th, he transferred 51% voting shares of Jordan Medical Supply to me, filed with the state September 25th. I knew none of it. I was home, alone, recovering, 2 weeks of bed rest, couldn't lift 5 pounds, couldn't drive, slept 16 hours a day. No help. Mom called once. "How are you?" Managing. Good. Kenneth's kidney function is 95%. Click. Day 10, Natalie texted. How's recovery? Fundraiser going great. Week 2, my boss said I had 2 weeks unpaid left, then they might not hold my job. Week 4, I got a fever. ER visit, $1,200. I added it up, $6,300 lost wages, $2,500 deductible, $890 uncovered tests, $1,200 ER, $300 to $40 prescriptions, $11,230 total. My savings had been $3,100. I was negative $200. I set up a payment plan. Meanwhile, Natalie's fundraiser was everywhere. October 15th at Cedarwood Country Club. I wasn't invited. Articles said, supporting the Jordan family's medical journey. My name, never mentioned. Week 6, Dad sent a $2,000 check. Note, for your medical expenses. Sorry I can't do more without raising questions. What did that mean? In early November, a coworker sent me Natalie's Instagram. The gala had 150 guests. Natalie holding an oversized check, Mom in a gown, Dad in a wheelchair, Drew in a tux. Caption: overwhelmed with gratitude. We raised $83,200 for kidney research. My father's journey inspired this. Family is everything. 2,156 likes. Top comment: you're amazing, Natalie. What an incredible daughter. I was in one photo, blurry background. The company got a $41,600 tax write-off. Natalie updated her LinkedIn. VP of Operations, Healthcare Advocate, Nonprofit Fundraising Leader. An industry article quoted her, "In times of family crisis, true leaders emerge. I transformed our personal challenge into community impact." Dad was 64. Succession was unclear. This was her CEO audition. November 15th, 9 weeks after surgery, Dr. Sharma cleared me. Permanent restrictions, lifelong monitoring, can never donate again. Same day, Mom texted, family dinner Sunday, November 23rd, Ashford Hall, 6 p.m., to celebrate Kenneth's recovery. Cocktail attire, be there. No please, no thank you, just be there. I replied, I'll be there. November 22nd, I called Dad. Is Mom going to mention the donation? I can't control what she says, but I can control what happens after. Trust me, come tomorrow. Will you say something? Come tomorrow. That's all I can say. November 23rd, 6:08 p.m., Sterling Room. Table for 24, 2 no-shows. My name card. Position 18 of 22, at the far end. Dad at the head, Mom to his right, then Natalie, then Drew. I stood with water while Natalie showed fundraiser photos and Mom worked the room. Sophie, Natalie's 8-year-old, asked about my scar. Mommy says you should cover scars at fancy dinners, I said. Sometimes scars are important to show. At 6:42 p.m., Mom tapped her glass. 3 months ago, we almost lost Kenneth, stage 4 kidney failure. But one person showed extraordinary leadership. That person organized a fundraiser, raised $83,200, held this family together. I looked at Dad. He stared at his plate, jaw clenched. Mom raised her glass. To Natalie, my incredible daughter, the one who saved your father's life. 22 glasses rose. To Natalie, clink. Applause. Natalie cried, Thank you, Mom. It was the hardest thing I've ever done. My cousin said, Your sister is amazing. You must be proud. I couldn't speak. I stood to leave. Dad's hand shot out, grabbed my wrist, strong, despite everything. He slid a folded napkin to me. Read it, please. Don't leave yet. Under the table, I unfolded it. Dad's shaky writing. Changed medical proxy to you 916. Life insurance 2.3 meter to you 918. 51% voting shares to you 920. Filed 925. They don't know yet. Attorney Walsh has everything. I'm sorry I waited so long. I see you now. Dad. I looked up. He nodded. I folded it, put it in my purse. Dinner went on. At 8:45 p.m., I left. In my car, I read the napkin again. The day after my surgery, while I was alone in recovery, he was signing my proxy. While they planned Natalie's PR stunt, he was giving me control. Dad called. Did you read it? Yes. Why wait to tell me? I needed you to see what they'd do at dinner, so you'd know you're not crazy. They erased you. On purpose. Use the power, Alice. Fix what I broke or burn it all down. Your choice. At 10:15 p.m., I had a voicemail from Russell Walsh. Your father said you'd reach out after the family dinner. Everything is ironclad. See you Monday. November 25th, Walsh's office. He showed me the documents. Medical proxy, witnessed, notarized, life insurance, beneficiary changed, effective immediately, 51% voting shares, filed with the state. You have majority control, he said. You can remove officers, including your mother and sister. He handed me a letter from Dad. I've been a coward for 34 years. Your mother resented you because you look like my sister Julie, who died in 1982. I chose peace over you. When you gave me your kidney, I broke. I can't undo 34 years, but I can give you the power I should have given you from the start. Fire your mother if you need to. Protect the company or sell it. I'll support you. What do? I asked. Walsh said, wait until they show you who they are. Then act. They showed me Saturday night. Then you know what to do. November 29th, Mom called Northwestern Mutual and learned she wasn't the beneficiary anymore. She screamed at Dad. He said, it's done. Alice is the donor. Alice gets the policy. December 1st, Natalie saw the shareholder registry in the board packet. Alice M. Jordan, 51% voting. She confronted Dad. She doesn't know the business, he said. She saved my life. You threw a party for yourself. That night, Mom and Natalie plotted to make me fail so Dad would take the shares back. Drew overheard and said, your dad chose the daughter who gave him a kidney over the daughter who took credit for it. December 2nd, Mom called me. You manipulated a sick man. I didn't know until after dinner. You'll destroy the company in 6 months. We'll see. I texted Walsh. He said, schedule board meeting. Exercise your authority. December 8th, I got my medical records. Inside, an ethics report from August 18th. Mom had gone to Amy Brennan and said I wasn't stable enough, that I was doing it for attention, and asked if there was a way to delay or find another donor. The committee cleared me and noted Mom's concerns stemmed from controlling family dynamics. My mother tried to stop me from saving Dad's life. December 16th, quarterly board meeting. I walked in wearing my hospital bracelet from September, scar visible. Mom was in the chair at the head of the table. I stood until she moved. I'm the majority shareholder, I said, and slid the state filing across. Dad confirmed. I corrected the October minutes where Mom credited Natalie with the recovery. I laid out my discharge summary, donor report, surgical record. I lost 9 weeks of work, have lifelong monitoring, $11,000 in costs. I have the scar. Then I showed Amy's incident report. On August 18th, my mother tried to prevent my donation. The board was silent. I stood. Effective immediately, I'm removing Claire Jordan as CFO pending investigation. Natalie, you have 48 hours. Take a demotion to senior manager at $92,000 or we discuss severance. The board voted. Motion carried. I adjourned the meeting. Walking out, I heard Mom shriek, Kenneth, how could you let her? Dad said, firm for the first time in 34 years, I let her fix what I broke. The fallout was fast. Mom moved out December 17th. Her attorney told her the documents were ironclad. December 19th, Drew learned from a colleague that I donated the kidney. He confronted Natalie. You let me think you were the hero. Their marriage started cracking. Natalie took the demotion. December 23rd, Mom filed for separation. Dad said, this should have happened 20 years ago. I'm free. December 30th, Natalie showed up at my door, drunk, crying. Mom told me since I was 6 that I was the special one, that you were Dad's mistake. Being the golden child is its own prison. I didn't know she tried to stop your donation. I threw up when I read it. I'm sorry. I said, you're still demoted. I can't be your sister right now. But I hear you, and I believe you're sorry. January 15th, 2026, I hired an external CEO. I stayed board chair, kept my 51% and my nonprofit job. I paid off my medical debt and started the Living Donor Support Fund with $50,000 a year from the company. First recipient, Rachel, 28, who lost her job after donating to her brother. Someone should have done it for me, I told her. Now we do it for others. February 14th, Dad and I had dinner. I should have said I was proud of you 34 years ago, he said. I don't forgive you yet, but I'm trying to understand. You were never invisible to me, he said. I just didn't know how to make you visible without losing everything. He told me he and Mom had signed a separation agreement. Divorce final, December 2026. How do you feel? I asked. Free. Terrified, but free. March 12th, 2026. 6 months after surgery, I'm still at Bright Futures part-time, still board chair. Revenue's up 8%, Mom's in Tampa, minimal contact. Natalie's a project manager elsewhere, in therapy, in marriage counseling. We haven't spoken in 3 months. Dad's kidney function is 92%. We have coffee every Sunday. I have a 1-bedroom, $12,000 in savings, no debt. The 6-inch scar is still there. I don't hide it. Today, a 24-year-old named Stephanie came to my office. She wants to donate to her father, but her family wants her responsible sister to do it. I rolled up my sleeve and showed her my scar. The surgery is the easy part, I told her. Making sure people see your sacrifice is the battle. You deserve to be seen. Don't let anyone take that from you. She cried. What if they don't see me? Then you'll know, and you'll have the power to choose yourself. That's what the scar teaches you. You survived. You can survive anything. She left. I felt something shift. Not revenge, purpose. I'm turning pain into protection. That's healing. I walked to my car. March evening, 6:30. Cold air. Dad texted. Coffee Sunday? I replied. Always. I looked at my reflection. I saw the scar. I saw myself. Not invisible, not erased. Just Alice, survivor, protector, free. I got in the car and drove away. The scar will always be there. But so will I.